Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Dominique, aka Mr. Kid Thunder 2, coming back at you guys for another video. So this video is going to be about the hardest thing at Army OCS for me. Now, so you're probably thinking, hey, you know, he's probably gonna come out and say the hardest thing at OCS for him is squad sticks. Oh, no, he failed history. So he's probably gonna say history is gonna be the hardest thing for him. But it wasn't. History is not the hardest thing for me. But speaking on history, the current class that's in right now, that just started, that just did history, let me tell you how hard history is. They have probably, if their class is out of 100%, 40% of their class failed it the first time through. And if you failed the second time through, that means you get recycled and you start all the way back to day one with a new cycle. I mean, with a new company. Or not back to day one, you sit in HHC as a Cat 1 or a Cat 2, not a Cat 3, and then you wait until the next cycle gets back up to history and then you reinsert. But just to give you perspective, 40% of their company failed history, 20% of our company failed history. History, when you get here, history is something else. And it's not that it's hard, it's just that when you see the test, nobody's just prepared for it. Because you gotta keep in mind, there's a ton of smart people here. My roommate's a chemical engineer. There's lawyers here that aren't going the JAG route, they just want to be regular line officers. There's all types of things, okay? And you gotta keep in mind, like, history's not hard, it's just the test. If you're not prepared for it the first time through, you won't be ready. So, matter of fact, I took the test, first time I got a 67 or a 68, you need a 70 to pass. And I got a 94 on the second time because I was more prepared. You know, I know what to expect. If you're not prepared, if you don't know what to expect, then you're not gonna do too well. Anyway, the hardest thing at OCS for me, probably think it's squad. It's not history. It's damn sure not land nav. I thought it was gonna be land nav, but it's not. Hardest thing at Army OCS for me was interpersonal relations. Learning how to deal with people, learning how to talk to people, and dealing with motivation, okay? Because I lost a lot of motivation when I failed history that first time through. Yeah, it sucked, and my motivation went down. Because from then on, I knew I couldn't make commandant's list. I couldn't have like a perfect score, because when I came to Bravo, extremely motivated, I said I wanted to be one of the best candidates that came through Bravo. And as soon as I failed history, I was like, dang. That's out the water. So yeah. So anyway, I made two mistakes here at OCS. Okay. I left my weapon on the lane, and I left my rifle loaded. And that was coming back from platoon. I left my rifle loaded, and then coming back from the squad, I left my weapon on a lane. It's not that we had to go drive all the way back to McBride's and get the weapon. No. It's just, I was playing the enemy one time, one of the days, and I left it on the lane, so we had to drive back to the lane to get it, and then come back, and it wasn't the best thing in the world. And I'm being real, like, I'm just trying to be real with you guys, because that's what I like to be. I like to be real. That's what happened to me. And I was worried because people started thinking different of me after I made two mistakes. You know, that got to me because I worried too much about what people think about me, thought about me. Because I've never came from a place, from where I come from, my life, I've always been on top. I never make mistakes. I never a shitbag. I never do anything like detrimentally wrong like that. But this time I did something wrong. And people started looking at me different. You know, people started talking about me behind my back, and you know, it got really interesting. It got really interesting. And it wasn't really a lot of people. It was like, I would say it's like 5 or 6 people that just were not that fond of me after I did that. And so recovering from that, learning how to not let people's opinion get to me, learning how to not let people hold things over my head, that was a struggle. I was feeling pretty down for the last 4 weeks of OCS. Probably not up until really this past Monday was I really on top of my game when it came back to OCS. I believe, I'm not sure, I think I got the XO position, which is like the hardest position here to hold, because you have top 3. You have first sergeant, you have company commander, you have XO. I thought I got that position because, you know, they thought I was gonna mess up and they wanted to like counsel me out. But in fact, when I got the XO position, I took it as a new way to strive and go harder and just make sure, you know, it gave me a chance to succeed. I used it as a chance to succeed. Shout out to my older brother. Not as a chance for them to say I was gonna fail. So I try to turn a negative into a positive. OCS, like I said, is not hard. This was the hardest thing for me at OCS, was really dealing with interpersonal relations. History is not hard because once I knew what to expect, it was game over. I mean, because I'd like, okay, I've seen the test. I know how to study now. It's good. So I passed it, got 94. No big deal. But what was really detrimental to me was just interpersonal relationships, having my ego be crushed, not being on top, being on the lower end of something, being at the bottom. Because from where I come from, it's just, you know, people always boost me up. People say, oh, Kimbro this, yo, LaShawn, you the bomb, whatever. So just dealing with that was interesting. And all I have to say is that things I learned from that is just, you know, of course you can't let people's opinion get to the best of you because they don't know you. These people have known me for like 3 months. And once I got that through my head, I was like, they've known me for 3 months, and really who cares what they think? Like, it's not gonna affect me graduating. They're not a factor in my life. And regardless, people that really like me are gonna like me. And it's just, that was hard for me to struggle with. Somebody not liking me. You know, it's, you guys are probably thinking, like, what is he talking about? Who said that? Who said that? I think that was Cadre watching me shoot a video. Somebody said that. Anyway, that's basically the hardest thing. I think one of the Cadre members watching me shoot this video. That was basically one of the hardest things for me to, you know, come up with. Like, it was hard for me to process. It was hard for me to deal with. And eventually I got through it. Use OCS as a chance to grow. Make all your mistakes here. Make all your mistakes here. You make all your mistakes at basic. Because when you get out to Force Com, when you get out to your unit, you don't want to make those mistakes. And I'm glad I learned my mistakes here. And you're probably like, why did he even do those things? How did you leave a weapon loaded? And how did you even leave your weapon on the lane? There's actually really good explanations for that. Really phenomenally good explanations. You'd be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. But it's not important because I'm gonna take the blame for that. And that's gonna just be, it's basically just gonna be me chalk that up as a learning experience that I needed to grow. I needed to be more accountable. I needed to be, have bigger attention to detail. That's basically what I'm gonna chalk it up as. But yeah, that's it. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit me up on Snapchat or Instagram. Do not add me on Facebook. Do not add me on Facebook. Do not add me on Facebook for the millionth time. You guys need to stop adding me on Facebook. That's it. Dominique, aka Mr. Kid Thunder 2, and I'm out, guys. Peace.